Hey, it's the AK Option Trader. Welcome to another edition of Introduction to Technical Analysis, or Trading Introduction to Trading with Stock Charts, more like it. This is Lesson 3. We've already covered Lesson 1 of what a candle is, and Lesson 2 we went over the Doji candle, one of the most popular candles in all of candle trading. So today we're going to discuss the hanging man and the hammer. Hammer time. So the hanging man and the hammer time. All these names, I don't know where they came from, but as I've always said, the name isn't as important as the recognition. If you see it in context, and you play it, that's what you got to do. I changed the blog name, I changed the blog address, and I'm going to change the blog name. It's going to be tradestockcharts.com. TradeStockcharts, tradestockcharts.com. So that's tradestockcharts.com. Tell it to your friends, tell it to your neighbors, tell it to your wives and your kids. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Okay, if you read the post in the blog, you kind of get an introduction to what a hanging man and a hammer is. They're very strong signals if used in context. We're going to talk about context later. Context means used in the move that we are currently in. I'm going to show you some that are in chopped salad or chopped cabbage in sideways moves. They don't mean near as much. Near the end or prolonged up or down move, they can be lethal signals. So let's get started. This is Google. GOOG is the ticker symbol. So what we're looking for a candle like these would qualify here even. And this one, oh, look at this one in the shade. This qualifies. We're on the bottom of a move, so we've got a short little downtrend here. All right, this is kind of sideways move. We've got a short little move, 2 moves down. But at the bottom, we have a candle with a small real body, small white real body, and a long top wick. A long top wick. Small real body, long top wick, usually at least 2 times. This one's probably 3 times as long as this, maybe more. We also don't want any wick sticking out of the other side. Like this one here, it's got wick on both sides, almost like a doji star. This has got a little wick on this side, this has got a wick on the top side and a long tail here. Alright, but a little bit doesn't matter. You just don't want it to be very long. Alright, you want it at the end of an up, down, or move. So this would be actually an inverted hammer. Alright, because the real body's on the bottom and the wick's on the top. It is reverse of a normal hammer. So this would be called an inverted hammer. Let's go up here. This, okay, you get a gap up, big gap up. So you had a big move up here. You had this candle form here. It's got a small real body, very small top wick, very long tail. That, I would call it a hanging man. If I had seen that, I would think, uh-oh, we're in for a reversal the next day. We're in for a downturn, and I'd be waiting for a signal of that. You see, we gapped up a little bit, and boom, we were up. So there was no confirmation. It was not a tradable candle. However, after a gap, things are often goofy, so it makes sense. A lot of times you'll get a sell-off after a gap. People taking profits real quick. So that'd be your hanging man. Real long tail, very small or no wick, white body. The body color doesn't matter. All right. Inverted hammer, hanging and hammer. Okay. So let's go. Keep on going. Whoa. Hey, here's another one. All right. So this has got kind of a longer tail than you would like, but I think it still qualifies. All right. So let's look at it here. It looks like this would be an inverted hanging man, all right, at the top. And usually at the top of a move, you don't play these too much, but in this case it worked out really well. All right, these inverted hammers tend to work better on the bottom. So hanging man is at the top of a move, hammers are at the bottom of moves, okay? So this one here, long tail, small real body. Here's a beautiful one here. Look at that. There's no wick at all. Look at this long tail on it. It's almost a dragonfly doji. It could be called a dragonfly doji. Technically, it is a hammer. Okay, it's at the bottom of a move here. You got a couple dojis here. It's a hammer at the bottom of a move, and it worked perfectly. Jumped right up off there. Not a long down move, but a move nonetheless. Let's keep on scrolling. All right, here's a beauty of a hanging man up here. Here's this. You got a nice up move going up, going up. You can see indecision starting right here in this doji. Next candle, you got a hanging man looking for confirmation. Sold off, down, dook, 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 down, and then we took right back up off. So this being in summertime, June and July, summertime is often very quick moves in the summertime. Real thin trading, not a lot of traders out there, okay? Here we go. We got an up move. We're moving up. See lots of candles here. You got a doji. preceded by an inverted hanging man. All right, right at the top of a move. So you got a nice uptrend. So things are starting to turn here. You got a couple of possible almost hanging men. The bodies are probably a little bit bigger than they should, but it's definitely a signal. If I saw these 4 candles in a row, I'd be going, this move's petering out. I'm going to play it. And sure enough, boom, we'd be dropping down. All right, so now you got chop sideways, sideways, drop down. Had a nice doji here. Can't be a hanging man because it's got too much of a top wick. But look at this hammer. Here's a pretty hammer, followed by a doji. That is strong signal that a reversal is near. You got a nice white body, long tail, very small top wick. So you got yourself a hammer. We hammered out a bottom right here, and look at, boom, it sent us on up. Sent us on up. So this stock, Google, went from 500 up to 700, and where it peaked out. And what occurred at the top of this move? We started with a hammer, and look what occurred up here. A hanging man. A picture perfect hanging man. No top wick. Long tail. Nice small real body. White. Followed by a doji type of, not a great doji, but a reversal candle nonetheless, and followed by, and this move started a pretty long downtrend if I remember. And in this, here we got an inverted hanging man. Here we've got a hammer. Okay, at the bottom of a move, you got a hammer. And we start coming out here. Well, here's another one here. This is kind of an inverted hanging man, not super big. All right. Now, they've got to be taken in context, I've said. Here we are in a down move, all right? And here's the gap down, which actually did work. This is a inverted hammer, or actually, pardon me, this is a true hammer, real body, kind of a little more wick than you'd like to see, but it still worked. It caused a 3-day up move from there, but it didn't prolong it very long, coming off the gap. Generally, we'll talk about gaps another day. I won't get into it. So you just keep on going, keep on going. Here's another beaut of a hanging man at the top of a move. Look at that. No top wick whatsoever on this one. Followed by a real bearish day. Gap up from this bearish day. Didn't gap above the open. You got a hanging man here. We'll talk about all that stuff later. But you've got a nice hanging man here. Start preceded. Made a nice down move from there. Okay? And there's more and there's more. It's all over. Here's one here that didn't pan out. Alright. Looks like it should have. You got a beautiful inverted hammer coming off of a short down move. Did have a 1-day up move, but immediately sold off after that. So there's not one candle that's right 100% of the time. Here's another one in the middle of a down move after a big bearish day. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a nice up move after this. You did move up, but after that you formed a doji. That'd be a sign that something ain't right. Get the heck out. And we dropped after that. Made a hanging man here, or a hammer here, coming down in this down move. No confirmation. Sold off strong the next day. So they're all over. You can see them all over in this chart. We could go all over this chart and see them all over this place. All right. This is a doji from the last one. This is on Google. But I wanted to show you. Let's finish with the last 3 days. Here's the last 3 days. We had a beautiful doji star up here. Boom. Gap up. Reversal. We knew we were going down, going down, going down. Look at this. We formed a nice inverted hammer. Well, that's the end of the move. Followed by a what? Is that an inverted hammer or a hanging man? We won't know until tomorrow. But this could be the signal of the end of this up move. All right? So you got 2 of them in a row. You have a nice spinning top. You've got an inverted hammer and a hanging man. Something is going on. I would be cautious if I was trading this right now. And I can't tell you I'm 100% sure. I'd use trend lines. I'd use a whole bunch of other stuff to tell you what was going down. Anyway, they're all over on the stock. Take time to look through it. You're going to see them all over the place on here. Some of them work, some of them don't, but you got to take them in context. So, all right, that brings us to the end of video 3, Hanging Man and Hammers. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I changed the blog address to TradeStockCharts.com. That's TradeStockCharts.com. Thanks for watching. Trade well and prosper. AK Option Trader signing off.